y'all, my name is Sarah and this is my Flosstube Sarah Stitches. Today is Wednesday, February 2nd. I hope everybody's doing great. I know I'm filming on a different day, but I got off work a little early today and we are supposed to get some ice overnight and into tomorrow, and they have gone ahead and canceled school for tomorrow. So I thought, well, let me try to get a video filmed and maybe I can get it uploaded throughout the night. That is, if we don't lose electricity. For anybody that's new watching, I live in Arkansas and we are under a winter storm warning. And my area of the state I live in, which is more south central, we're going to get ice, sleeting ice. Now up in the north western part of the state, they're going to get snow, and I think quite a bit of snow. But the farther south you go down, it's in more eastern, you're going to get quite a bit of ice. We could get up to an inch last I heard, which, you know, that's quite a bit on the power lines and stuff. So I'm hoping we don't lose electricity. So, and they're going to let us know later on. The school has an alert system. So we'll know sometime tomorrow whether or not school's canceled for Friday or not. But anyway, so that, I could be getting an early start to my weekend. So I thought, well, let me go film real quick. I needed to get a video out. It's been a while. And I just want to thank, I've gotten quite a few new subscribers. And I just want to thank everybody for subscribing and watching and commenting. It's just, like I say every time, I really enjoy the interaction and getting to know people. And it's just been such a fun journey. So with that, I will move on to my what I've stitched on and my Wipgo and my plans and so that kind of stuff. So I will at this time. Oh, what I want to do first is, and I almost forgot, but I've made me some notes today, so I'm remembering. I want to do my Suppie spotlight at this time, and I did have a viewer send in a picture of her work, and I was so excited. And this is one that she's been a subscriber for a while. Her name is Donna, and she always comments and just leaves me wonderful comments, and has been talking about for quite a while what she's stitching on. So she sent me a picture of, and I'm going to try to insert it here, and it's a Christmas stocking that she's working on. And it's by Stony Creek Collections, and it's called Toy Soldier. And it's stitched on 28 count, picture this plus, Dublin cashew linen, I hope I'm saying that right, with DMC floss, and she's stitching it 2/2. And so I think it's gorgeous. I have never stitched a stocking. I've seen lots of other floss tubers stitch them, and I just think they're so beautiful. I just don't have the sewing skills to finish it, so that kind of is very intimidating to me to do a stocking. But this is a beautiful stocking, and I just thank you so much, Donna, for sending it in. And I hope that as I continue to do this, more people will send in what they work on. I love seeing what y'all are working on. So, so with that, I do want to mention a new floss tuber that I found this a couple of weeks ago, and her channel is called Stitching with Sandy. Her name is Sandy, and her channel is Stitching with Sandy. And I think it was in a Facebook group or something I was in, and maybe somebody had asked, I can't remember, but it was in a comment somebody put, watch Stitching with Sandy. And so I clicked on her videos, and I was so glad I did. I thoroughly enjoy her videos. She has been stitching for a long time, and actually has been a sampler stitcher for several different designers, cross-stitch designers. And she has lots of finishes that she has, what she talks, how in the past, and me too, when I was just getting back into cross stitch, because when I cross stitched when I was a younger child, back then all you did was frame them. There was, and so when I got back into cross stitch, that's, until I found basically Priscilla and Chelsea, I thought that's how you finished them. And that's what she was talking about, how she had just been storing them basically in a tote. And so now she's pulling them all out and got all these cute finishes. She's a very talented finisher. And I enjoy each week seeing or every other week, what she's finished. And and she's just real, got a soothing voice and just easy to watch. And just watch, we stitch a lot of the same things. And so, yeah, she's very enabling to me. And so I've really enjoyed getting to know her. We are going to do a smalls exchange, and I am so excited about that. I have never participated in a smalls exchange. So I was thrilled when she asked me if I wanted to participate. And so I will be getting that done this month. And at the end of the month, before I send it to her, I will do just a little small video, and I will include it in a future Flosstube so that you can see what I stitched for. So I just wanted to give Sandy a quick shout out. So with that, I will move on to my my whips and my update on Wipgo. And yeah, I'll let y'all know how that went. It went good, but it wasn't. Anyway, we'll move on to something else right now. But I have a finish. It's not an FFO, but it's a finish. And it's by, let's see, let me get my glasses on. It's by, it's called January Sampler, and it's by Sugar Stitches. And this is stitched on an 18 count raw opal. And this is my finish. And I just love him. Now this is not the whole chart, and I don't have a picture of the whole chart, but it kind of looks like a sampler. It's got lots of little motifs and borders. But I just decided to stitch the snowman. And all this is DMC. And so I will just put this in my drawer, and I have a little drawer because I don't have a lot of finishes that aren't FFO'd. And so I got a drawer in a Chester drawer. I got a drawer in there. And so I'll just stick him in there, and I'll get him out next January and FFO him. But really enjoyed stitching this. And I got some more of her charts in my cart. And actually, I'm stitching a Halloween piece that's on my Wipgo that is from Sugar Stitches. These are, I really enjoy her charts. They're fun to stitch. But this is it. And so that is my only finish. I'll start with some whips that I've got that were not Wipgo related. I did start a Mill Hill kit. I want to start every Monday doing participating in the Mill Hill Mondays. And this, I'm going to stitch, my first one is called Patriotic Quartet, and it's Home of the Brave. And this is it. Now, I did not work on it this past Monday, but this one is stitched on 14 count white Ada. This is not a paper kit, but this is my progress on it. So I've been watching a few videos, or I've got some in my watch later to see when it comes time to add the beads, how I do that. I've never cross-stitched anything with beads. So I'm excited about it. This was a kit, so I've got everything I need. And so, so yeah, I plan on pulling this out on Mondays and stitching it. So that's my Mill Hill kit. And then I worked some more on Floyd and Flurry, Floyd and Flurry. And it's by Stitching with the Housewives. And this is my progress on it. I got quite a bit done on this one. But I will probably put this up. I don't know, I might stitch on it some this weekend since we're going to have winter weather. I might stitch on it some. But I'm using most of the called for colors. Now the fox color is just something I had. But for the most part, it is the call for colors, and it's stitched on 14 count chalkboard Ada. But I think he is so cute. So that one's coming along, and I don't like just a whole lot left. I've got the other trees and birds and some more snowflakes and just some detail work on the fox, and then I'll be done with this one. So those are all that I worked on that were not Wipgo related. So I will now talk about my Wipgo. I will first of all show, and I'm going to try to put a picture up here where I was last week on All American. And y'all, I noticed when I went to edit my video, I called this chart the wrong chart. I think I was calling it 4th of July, and it's All American, and it's by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I don't have the cover page, but I'll include it. But this is where I finished with it on Wipgo. And I would have been a lot more farther along, but I had to frog. I had stitched almost all this word brave when I realized that I had not gone down far enough and my words were going into this little star. And I am off a stitch or two on this, and I'm just making adjustments with it. And that was probably part of the problem. So I had to frog out all of the word, for the most part, brave, and start over. So that's where I am. And I do want to try to pull this out maybe a couple times a month and work on it. And maybe I can have it finished by 4th of July. Because I think it is so cute. But and it's stitched on 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco, and I just pulled DMCs that I have that were similar to what she called for. I don't might have 1 or 2 called for colors, but for the most part they're just stuff that I had, flosses that I had that were close. Okay, now here comes the Wipgo fail, or the Wipgo problem. And I don't even have it with me because I just got so frustrated. I was stitching on my Country Cottage Needleworks Sanders Village. And I was working on what was my Wipgo. And I was working on the house, and I had stitched all the windows. I had gotten, for the most part, everything in the house done, the wreaths. And I went to work on the door. Well, I was like, this door isn't lining up. It just, no matter, and I'm thinking I'm miscounting on the door frame and the little part, the little arch that went over the door. And I'm like, and I'm counting and I'm not seeing any mistakes. And so I started looking, back as where I had stitched the frame of the house and some other stuff. And I found a mistake way back. Might have been up in the roof area. I don't know. But anyway, I found where I miscounted. And it was so much that I was going to have to pull out. I had already started this chart. This was my 2nd or 3rd time starting it. And I just could not. I just couldn't do it. So I just cut that little part out of my fabric and I threw it away. And I know some of y'all were, like, oh, I can't believe you threw that away. But I guess, if it was a sampler or something, a lot more time put into it, and I would not have. But this, I got tired of it. I felt like, God was saying, you don't need to stitch this. I felt like I just don't need to stitch it because it was something every time. And so, and I'm going to be honest, I was feeling like I loved the fabric, but I was thinking this is going to be big. I'm not sure I wanted this big. And so at first I was not going to stitch them at all. I was just like, I'm going to get rid of the charts. I've had enough of it. And then I was watching another Flosstuber. Her channel is Lovin's Stitching. I'll link her below. And she stitches, I enjoy her channel. Now she only films like once a month. And I was watching her though, and she was sitting in front of her hutch, and she had, it was one of her Christmas videos, and she still had a Christmas cross stitch in it, and she had stitched the Santa Village, and she had finished them on I guess the styrofoam blocks. She made them into blocks, and it was so cute. And then I thought, well, let's just put it aside, put it up, and take a break from it, and then come back to it later. And excuse me, and if you still want to stitch it, then you can start over, get you some new fabric, start over. And if not, then I'll get rid of the charts. And so I don't know, might have some giveaways. I'm not sure at this point, but anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until later on in this summer and just put it completely out of sight and pull it out later and see how I feel about it. Because I know I really have been wanting to start the Hometown series. And I think it's by Little House Needleworks. I've been really wanting to start it. And so maybe I'll get that one kitted up. But anyway, so because that took my whip out, I thought, well, let me replace it with another one. So I replaced that on my Wipgo board with Brent Creek Cow. And this is it. And this is I will put where I was before up here. And I'm going to try. I've been seeing other floss tubers do that, and I think I can go back from my I can go back from my other videos and pull them out. I'm gonna try it. We'll see. So if you see it, if you don't see it, you know it didn't work. But this is my progress. And I'm sorry, once again, I have barking dogs. They're all inside because it's rainy and cool here. It's not real cold. It's colder. It was 61 this morning. It was, we got into the 60s this morning, but the temperatures are falling, but it's not anywhere freezing. But anyway, here we go. They're gonna sing. We call it singing. We call that, they sing. And so, one of them sounds like he's in pain though. But anyway, this is my progress. I'm sorry. I bet y'all thought she forgot all about showing her piece. But this is it. This is my progress. And this is stitched on 28 count country vintage mocha. And I just love this. I did make a change though. I did not, the original letters call for, they call for General Arts Barn Gray. And I did not have that, and I didn't have anything. I tried a few flosses that I had that I thought were similar and would work, but they didn't. And so I just thought, well, let's just switch the letters to black. And I did, and I like how it pops. So really the only thing I've got left on this to do is the border, and he'll be done. So that was my Wipgo replacement. But because I just didn't have time to finish the 5 days on this. And so my first month was, I didn't get them finished, but I will say this, I did enjoy the process of Wipgo and pulling out like this All-American, pulling out a project that probably I would not have touched. And so I do like that concept of it, and I'm going to keep on with it. And so, because I like the, pulling out things that, like I said, that I would not stitch on normally if it wasn't for Wipgo. And so that's that. And so I've got for this next month, she's already called for February, and it was 5 and 17. And so I'm going to work on Trick or Treat by Stitching with the Housewives. That's one of mine. And then my 17 is a new start out of a magazine. I have several magazines, and then I've got some that I've gotten digitally. And I never stitch anything out of them. So I thought maybe that's what my plan is, to like do an ornament out of a magazine. And so those are my 2 February Wipgos. And so, and then for February, my mother's birthday would have been February 12th. And so I'm going to start a piece in her memory that day. I don't know. I've got several things that I'm kind of thinking about. And so, yeah, February, I got a lot of plans for February. I've got my small exchange. I want to start the piece for my mother, and then the Wipgo. And then I want to go ahead and get started on some of my March pieces because I don't ever get things finished in time. So I have kitted up. I'm going to get back started stitching on my, they're the, where is it at? Where's my chart? I think it's right here. Here it is. It's Country Cottage Needleworks March Sampler. I'm going to start back on these samplers of the month. I was really, you know, I was stitching them at first and just kind of, they just kind of fell aside when other stuff caught my eyes. So this is March, and I know y'all have all seen them, but I'm going to want some advice. I'm going to ask y'all for some advice. What y'all think? I've got 2 pieces of fabric here that I think will look good with this. And I'm going to see what y'all think. I've pulled all the colors. And so the first one I've got is Honey by Be Stitch Me. And so let's do a little floss drop on it. This is them on Honey. And I like both of them, really and truly. And then my second choice is Through the Stones by Picture This Plus. And it's kind of got a greenish tint. And I think they look really pretty on this too. So I just need some advice. Now this green and this lighting is not coming through very good. Maybe that's a little better. No, that's not. That's pretty good right there. See what y'all think. So either one of those I like. So I'm going to start it, and then I want to get back to my trucks, stitching with the Housewives Trucking Along, and I have the March truck. But I'm not going to stitch the month. I'm just going to do the truck, and I'm going to put them back there on that plaid tin. And so I'm kind of thinking about, because these are pretty good size pieces of fabric. I think I can get them both. So I'm thinking about stitching one of these trucks, this truck on one of these also. There's something besides black. But we'll see. So that is my plans for February and into March. And so, what you want? Come here, Jake. Let me see if I can't get my Jake. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come on. They say, come on. Get up here. Come here. Come on. Get up here and see me. Come on. He ain't gonna let me pick him up. Come here. Come here. Come here. There we go. This is my Jake. Come here. Oh, he's all acting. Now, look in the camera. Look. There he is. This is, y'all have heard me talk about the story of Susie and the puppy she had. This is my Jake. This is the puppy. Well, he's not a puppy anymore. He's like 7. But anyway, he came back here, so I got him on here. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to let you down. Okay. So, you going to come back? Well, come on. Anyway. Okay. So with that, really, that's all I've got stitching related. I don't have any haul. I hadn't bought anything. And so that's it. I do have a book update though. And so if you want to hang around and listen, you know, for my book update, I do have one. I finished Karen White's The Night the Lights Went Out. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to shut the door. I can hear noise. Are y'all going in or out? I don't know if y'all could have heard that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and shut the door. I finished Karen White's The Night the Lights Went Out, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was kind of a suspense. You followed 2 ladies you followed Marlene Talbot, who was recently divorced, and you follow Sugar Prescott, who Marlene is renting a house from. And Sugar is in her 90s, and her and Marlene kind of, through the story, they develop a bond. And you know, I did like with Sugar's part of the story, it's kind of got a little bit of a dual timeline, I guess you could say, because Sugar talks about things that went on in her past when she was growing up in her family. And so it takes you back to that time era. And so that was very interesting. I enjoyed Sugar's stories when she talked about them. But it was very good. You know, Marlene is, like I said, recently divorced and has moved to a new town. And it's just, you know, she gets friended by another school mom, and she's just kind of drawn into this, into this woman's life. And, you know, sometimes I felt like Marlene was a little naive about things, but, you know, it's just a story. But it was, I really enjoyed it though. And if you like suspense, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a scary book. I don't mean it like that. But if you like suspense, it's not, I wouldn't call it a thriller, but if you like books with a little suspense in them, this is a good book. So after I finished it, I returned it to the library, and I had put on hold another Karen White book, and it's this last book in the Thread Street series, and it's called The Attic on Queen Street. And I'm excited about this. I haven't really gotten started reading in it yet, but like I've said before, you follow a girl by the name of Melanie. She is a real estate agent in I believe Savannah, Georgia, and she sells these older homes, these like antebellum homes, and there is always a ghost story involved with them. And because she can see ghosts, and her mother can see ghosts, and she always has to solve these stories to release these ghosts. And I love this series, and so this is the last book, and so I'm excited to really get started reading it. And so that's my book update, and so with that, I will get off here, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. I know, you know, like I said before, it's on a different day normally than what I film on, but just with the circumstances, I was just like, yes, I'm going to try to film. And who knows, this might be the start of my weekend. So I hope everybody has a great week and gets lots of stitching in and reading. And I will see you next time.